Hello everyone, welcome back to another GeGeGe hotfix. This is Going Places, and if you've been tuning in to our previous episodes, we've been primarily looking into handheld games. But this time, we're not thinking about the games to play whilst travelling, but the games that we can find at the destination. We are travelling over to Japan to find some games that the West never bore witness to. Jester and Kane will be your tour guides for this wonderful celebration of games, but just before we delve into the runs, just a quick reminder that if you are interested in looking back at the previous episodes, you can find the VODs up on the Games Done Quick YouTube channel, as well as highlight reels on the Games Done Quick Best Segments channel too. Fellas, it's all over to you.
All right.
Alrighty, this is, welcome everyone, this is Mad Panic Coaster. This is a fairly obscure Japanese-only PS1 game. The best way to describe this game is 15 roller coasters from hell, and the goal is to survive, and just doing that is extremely hard. Kane is going to be helping me on commentary. He's the only other person I know who has played this game, and he did not have a good time. So
It's a difficult game. You just die. That's the thing.
Do we have no game audio? Someone's asking about that. Well, it should be up.
I don't have game audio.
I'm gonna have a little check.
Yeah,
I seem to be getting game audio.
yeah, it's going out. I'm outputting it, so.
All right.
Okay. Alrighty, but if we're ready to rock and roll, let's do it. So,
Yep, you're good to go.
alrighty. Here we go. So 15 tracks, 5 worlds. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need it because
You got this. You got this.
It's one of those.
yeah, I've completed one run of this game that did not game over ever.
Oh wow.
So
That's a good omen. That's a good start.
yeah, so let's make it number 2 here, because I mean, if I do, it is possible to record, but I mean, a game over is bad, so we'll see what happens. I should point out, there is a break button in this game, but I'm not going to use it. So here we go. So again, 3 laps of every track. The goal is to survive. And there are no railings, so you can very easily fly off the side. If your health runs out, you die and have to start the track over. You can move to the left and the right on the track, which you sometimes need to do to either avoid obstacles or hit enemies. That blue gem I just picked up, every track has one of those. Oh, there's First Fall. As one of those, it gives you a 20% health refill if you pick it up. But again, there's only one of those. So if you go through the first lap and you haven't taken any damage, you want to jump over it so that you can save it for a later part of the track if you think you're in trouble. And then you have 2 attacks that you can use to clear enemies. So the girl throws the long range attack on the left, and you do that by pressing square, and then the guy throws the short range attack, which you do by pressing circle. So the long range attack is generally just better because you can hit stuff before it just obliterates you. But the short range attack is useful in some situations. There's track 1. I should point, when I was trying to play through this game the first time, I think it took me over an hour just to get the first lap of that track without dying. Because it's nasty. But it gets worse.
That's the only track I've played, and I did not make it to the end. I made it around like one turn.
Yeah, I think you might have made it to lap 2, but I don't think so.
Yeah. You really just have to know what's coming next.
Yeah,
game.
So if you don't memorize these tracks, the game is basically impossible. So, you know.
I was about to say, I sort of assumed that the main sort of difficulty is because of the speed. What would you say the controls are like in this game? Are they as responsive as you'd hope from this sort of thing, or
they're actually
quite sort of slippy?
They're not terrible. It's just the insane speed and the especially the first time you play, just the lack of knowing what's coming. Because if you know what's coming, it's actually not that bad. But just staying on the little mini path is very hard.
Like the controls are really responsive to the point where like it's easy just to overcorrect and fall off the other side. Like, oh no,
Yes.
there's a turn, falls inside.
Yes, that is true. And every time you actually get hit by something, you get thrown towards a side of the track. So if you get hit, it's very easy. Even if you're in the dead center of the track and something hits you, it's very easy to go flying off the side. So you have to try and kill as many enemies as possible so that you can stay on the track. This level, you've seen it before, actually has a jump in it, like a hole in the track. And the way that the game signals that is by a bunch of guitars lined up on the side. The nice part about that is you know that they're coming, but in the later levels, the guitars come up on you so fast that if you don't know the jump is there, it's not possible to react fast enough to it. Okay, I'm actually in a little bit of danger here. My health is kind of low, even though I'm close to the end. Okay, there's no more enemies, so we're good. There we go. And yes, the game tells you you're lucky after every level, which is not inaccurate. So there is a weird bug that sometimes can happen where that actual jingle there doesn't play and the level ends more quickly. I think it's a FDS thing, but it's not consistent and there's no real way to make it happen as far as I'm aware. So this is the first boss track. So boss tracks, you have to do 3 laps and then you fight the boss. And if you die on the boss, then you have to do the 3 laps again and fight the boss. Bosses, you defeat them by either hitting them enough times or doing 3 more laps, which you really don't want to do because that just takes way too long. So the goal is to just actually kill every boss. So you saw that brick wall off to the left there. When I complete the 3 laps, that will open, and that's where the boss is. And I dodged the blue gem there because I have full health, so I didn't need it. And now that I've actually been hit a few times, I will attempt to hit it on my next trip around. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so there's the 3 laps. Now this path on the left will open here. And now it's boss time. So basically every boss in this game, everything they throw at you does an enormous amount of damage, so you really just don't want to get hit by anything. It's also extremely hard to hit them.
You're just throwing weapons hoping that they hit. There's no aiming.
Yeah, especially if some of these bosses is just kind of spray and pray. I'm literally just mashing square right now. I'm hoping I kill this guy. There we go. Alright, there's World 1.
GG.
Nicely done.
Lucky.
Interesting, yeah, you're lucky, exactly. So with, this game is, I don't think I could sort of pin down what sort of look it's going for, but does it have a particular story at all, or inspirations? Because it looks like it's inspired, certainly, but I don't know what from.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a plot of this game. I couldn't tell you what it is.
Fair enough.
But the art style is interesting because it goes for a polygon track, but all the enemies and the main characters are sprites, so there's a little more detail. It's hard to see the enemies. They're actually quite detailed, but you're going so fast that you really can't. Okay, so this is by far the worst track in the game because this track has ice physics in addition to having no railing. So this level is just absolutely terrible. So I'm probably just not going to talk at all because that's very hard to stay on.
Yeah, it's already hard to stay on the course, and now it's just there's nothing holding you in place. There's no friction.
Yeah, see, so that straight section there, I was just holding up, and I was still drifting towards the side of the track. a little hairy.
It's interesting that you were talking about boss battles in this game. This looks like the hardest fight of all, just trying to stay on the track.
Staying on the track is by far the hardest part of this game.
You're getting attacked by
this track in particular.
Snowman while trying to stay on the track.
Okay,
I was about to say, for this one, it's looking like you're spending like 50% on just trying to stay, trying to stay on in that animation. Yeah,
this track is just a very bad idea. Thankfully, it's the only track in the game that's like that. So,
thank goodness.
Yeah, because it's very, very, very ugly. All right, so this track, 1 is very laggy. 2, it actually is the first track that has split paths, so there are multiple different pathing options to take, and there is one that is just like a massive shortcut that cuts the track like in half. But it's actually hard to take the alternate paths in this game. Like, you could be coming up to a fork and be holding left to take the left path and still go to the right. There's nuance to taking optional paths, which it sounds kind of dumb, and it is, but that's it. So I'm gonna go left here because this path is way shorter.
Ooh, there's a lot of obstacles you got to jump here.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the guitars. So that alternate path, right when you take it, there are 2 jumps you need to do instantly. You can just see the guitars. It is not really possible to react to that. You just have to know they're there.
You also have like a log in your path?
Yeah, there's a log you have to jump over there. And then right at the start of the lap, that tree is on the track. You have to actually go around it, or it will hurt you. You have to stay to the left edge of the track.
So your first time playing this track, you run into the tree, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and you're like, why am I taking so much damage? It's because, there's a tree in your way. Although you go right through it at the end here with the lap ending, which is pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That track takes about twice as long if you do not take that alternate path. And it's actually harder. There is a jump on the other path that is actually very tight, so you need to jump almost as late as possible. And you come into the jump going down at it, so you can't see when you have to jump. It's terrible. So, and every fall off the track loses 20% of your health. So,
best to avoid it.
Yeah. Okay, so this track itself isn't too hard, but this boss is actually deceptively difficult. So when I get there...
So on the first time doing a boss fight, did you know to take the alternate path after you unlock it, or...?
Oh, it forces you that way.
Okay. Then
you cannot... Yeah, the game will automatically take you onto the boss track.
That's
the boss portion of the track, yeah.
I'm just imagining someone doing the first boss track and they just keep looping down the main path forever.
Yeah, no, I'll come back to that point on one of the later tracks. Okay, so the fact that I've only taken 20% damage is actually not good, because I could very easily still die here. Nice. So basically every acorn that guy throws does 20% of your health, and they cover the track when he gets angry, so you just die. Like, the fact, even though I had 80% health going in, I wasn't particularly confident.
Yep.
So.
Well, congratulations.
And it's not even close to the hardest boss in the game either, so.
How many bosses were there?
5.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy's probably in the middle in terms of difficulty.
I like all the texture wrapping on the course as it goes forward. Like slabs just appear and disappear, and got a good PS1 cool vibe.
Oh yeah, very PS1. And so this is another track where there's just obstacles on the track, these pillars that you have to go around, and they spawn in different locations on every lap.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah. And then these enemies with these spike balls are actually extremely hard to hit, so I just jump over them. Okay, I've already taken 2 damage. This is very bad. So it's the health refill on this track. You have to actually jump before this portion of the track ends to be able to get down here and get it. So I actually missed it there because I jumped over it. So I'd actually jump even earlier than that to pick up the health refill. One score thing you can do is if you jump like that from a high height and crash land, every skull that is revealed on your health bar, it will go away and you'll get 5,000 points.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, where did all that speed come from? What the heck was that? I'm probably gonna die here. I'm probably gonna die here because I missed the health refill.
The health, yeah.
Which means I'll have to...
You were going so fast there, though.
Yeah, I really have no idea
run.
what the heck just happened there.
We're speedrunning.
Nice. Okay, I don't know where that extra speed came from, but that was sick.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was jumped going uphill or something. That was close, but very cool.
Perhaps you've inadvertently found a strat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's risky strat because you can't get the health refill if you do that, but...
Is this a game that is filled with different strategies, or is it mainly just stay on the course?
Don't die. Don't die is the strategy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, don't die and memorize the track. The strategy.
If you cannot die, then you are one of 2, because right now it's just Joester.
Yeah. I've completed 1 run that didn't die at all. So this track, you actually go underwater a little bit, which does not play with the physics at all. It's just cool. You go underwater like right away here.
Okay.
There's like these clams up here that close on the track. I think they close randomly, and they do a lot of damage, so good luck, because you can't react to it. You just have to hope they don't hit you.
I thought you get like 1 frame of warning.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay, I got the health refill there because I was already down 20% of my health. Again, yeah, making the decision on the fly to skip those is... Okay, I missed the clams there.
Nice.
But yeah,
nice.
skipping the health refills is obviously can be... It's actually kind of hard because it's dead center of the track. So you have to either jump over it or sneak around it. And the problem with being able to sneak around it is sometimes you actually do sneak around it when you don't want to, because you want to get it, but it's hard to get back to the center of the track. You dodged that second clam there. That was good. And we are in there.
Lucky.
Okay, yeah, so here I got the bug where the music didn't play, and so this level will end quicker. See how much faster that was without the jingle playing?
So you want to get this bug?
Yes, you want to get it as often as possible, but I have no idea what causes it.
It's just random. Maybe there's like a sprite on screen that can't load the audio or something.
Yeah, well, it's interesting there because you're just facing the water. Like there are no other sprites other than you.
Maybe it has something to do with like when you threw your last weapon.
Yeah, it could be the sound effect from the projectile carrying over. That's possible too. I haven't looked into it too much. I just kind of chalk it up to. So this level is great because you get hit right away, and there's nothing you can do about it. I don't care how fast you're mashing either attack button, you will just get hit right at the start there, and it's not possible to dodge it. Okay, so I'm gonna skip the health refill because I'm still at 90%, so I don't need it. But I will get it on this lap because, well, actually, it's a boss track, so I can get it on the last lap. So I'll skip it again. Okay, so I'll get this here. There we go. It's not full health for this boss, which is good because this boss also hits very hard.
I'm very much enjoying the comparisons to Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
All of the different Rainbow Roads. I was going to mention one of them, but it's all got to stay on.
That's a not too far off base comparison. Just imagine like a 300cc Rainbow Road.
Oh crap! This is not good.
Oh, that watermelon. Oh no!
Oh, I got a double hit there. That was sick. That was lucky. That was lucky because every beach ball and watermelon that guy throws at you does 20%. So.
I'll tell you what. I think I'd pay good money to have a bullet bill on most of these stages if it was like Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so this track has an awful gimmick on the last lap that I'll explain when we get there. It's like it approaches like ice physics to it. Like it's bad. But in general, this track is actually quite hard too. So, as is like every level in the game. So. It's that weird, like, greenish devilly dude does a ton of damage, and it is really hard to kill him, so I just go around him every time.
Makes sense. So for hitting enemies with your weapon, is it like you throw a bomb that blows up on the track and then they drive into the explosion? Or do you actually have to hit them?
It depends. So the long-range explosion does last long enough for them to fly into it, which is usually what I'm going for with that one. The short range, but if you do hit them, it will kill them also.
Okay.
Whatever, oh my god, that was really tight.
And if you drive into the explosion, it's not an issue.
Yeah, the explosions from your own weapons do not hurt you.
Okay.
Okay, so the gimmick on this lap is that after I kill this guy here, the track is going to stop. And if you do not jump instantly when it speeds back up, you will fall off.
Oh, man.
Like, the gap, it shows up instantly. Like, if you...
Yeah.
And if you press X too early, you'll also...
Just won't jump, I guess?
well, you'll jump, but you'll, like, jump into the pit.
Oh. Wow.
It was actually quite good.
I'm curious, I don't know whether it's something that chat has brought up at all, but how are you choosing to control this game? Is this on a normal, like,
D-pad?
Which
I'm
one?
using the analogless PlayStation controller.
Okay.
I'm just using the D-pad, yeah.
I tend to do that for anything that doesn't require an analog, just that it's not in the way.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I pretty much every PlayStation game that I run, I use the D-pad unless it is forced, like Ape Escape. Or the game has jank controls like Mort. It's like the only game I play with the stick.
Mort's good though.
Mort is so much fun. What a great game. Okay, so I'm going to regret saying this, but for being a late game track, this track is actually not that hard.
Relatively speaking.
There's like these dudes throwing records at you. There's these like Smurf looking dudes.
They just want you to listen to their mixtape. Come on.
Yeah. And then this is hard to dodge. These like triple logs. It's very hard to get through that without taking any damage.
Right.
So I did get hit, but I also grabbed the health refill, which is why I'm still at like 95% or something. Oh, that's very bad.
Ooh.
It's okay. I actually skipped the rest of the logs at least, so that could have been worse. Like if I had fallen off before the logs and spawned right back in on top of them,
yeah.
I'm taking more damage.
Alright.
Not over yet though, because there's a bunch of enemies right at the end of this last lap here. Alright, cool.
Lucky.
Lucky. Alright,
So
this is next. Or go ahead.
I saw somebody in chat was suggesting a VR mod for this game, and to which I say I think that's enough to hospitalize anyone who played it.
Yeah, I don't care how not motion sick you get, that would make you nauseous like instantly.
Yeah,
Maybe if you put it at like 1/10 speed,
yeah,
it'd be viable.
Okay, so this track is probably the hardest boss track. Just the first 3 laps, and then the boss is actually very hard as well. So it is extremely likely I'll die here and have to redo this track, but I'll do my best. There's like these weird like basketball throwing squid enemies that are very hard to hit, despite being dead center of the track. They're actually quite hard to kill. So that's one where if I want to skip the health refill, you have to know that it's coming, because when you fly around that corner, it's not possible to react to the health pickup being there, and you have to run right into it. And so that basketball guy, usually just go around him, because you can sneak around him going up that hill.
You know, this game, it gets to the point where you've got to feel a little sorry for these 2 children that are going through whatever this is. I don't know how they found themselves in this scenario, but got to feel a little sorry for them. I imagine this would be traumatizing. Although seemingly at the end, it's all rainbows, all happy. They seem completely unscarred by it.
Well, you know, the only outcome is they survived, so it's not like they got that plot armor.
And now it's boss fight time. This is very bad. Garbage cans are very hard to dodge.
Oh my.
So is the burger on the tether.
Why is there a burger on the tether?
I'm like so gonna die here. Ooh! Yes. Ooh, and no music. I got the bug too. That was clutch.
Speedrunning.
Epic gone. Hey, this is the last easy level left, or easier level left. I believe they are siblings, yes. I don't remember, but I think they are.
Is there lore in like the manual, or is there cutscenes?
It seemed like someone was saying there are no cutscenes.
Okay.
I think there's lore in the manual, but I can't read it, so.
That helps.
Yeah. Oh, this is... And now that I've said this level is easy, I'm gonna die here, so
oh.
Great. This is already like way too much damage to take it. Okay, dodge the triple meat log there. Is good. It's actually quite hard to jump over all 3 of those. And there's like these little teddy bears that throw axes at you. Okay, 2 for 2 on the meat dodge. That was close. Okay. Last 2 tracks.
Nice.
So this upcoming track has like 4 or 5 split paths. Only one of them actually takes you to the end. The other ones will just make you go in circles. So if you are playing this for the first time, you don't know which way to go. You'll just keep doing circles and not get laps to count. And you'll be like, why am I still on lap 1? Because you're going the wrong way. This track is also extremely hard because there are a ton of enemies.
Wonderful.
Yeah, this is, again, another very likely to die track. So. Especially this, like, very first section, there's all this, like, food and stuff raining down on you, and every single piece of it hurts.
Interesting. There seems to be a theme with food. We had our meat logs earlier, and now I'm trying to sort of work out what this scenery is, but is it like a child's playroom or?
That's what it looks like to me. Like you're on a toy track of sorts.
And to be
I
fair,
also had the
Ooh, I made it through the. Okay, so I made it through the food fray there on this lap without getting hit, which is very good.
nice.
These dudes, these things that throw letters at you are like the worst enemies in the game.
they're just laughing at you.
Menacingly.
Violent laughter.
Even the game is spiting you. With all that it throws at you, it also starts laughing at you.
Yeah. Well, I almost went the wrong way there. That would have been very bad. All right, final boss time. Oh, and I got the music bug again. All right, so this boss, let me tell you, it just I don't have any other description other than this boss sucks. You have to hit him about 8 trillion times to kill him, and he does a ton of damage. Really, that's all I have to say. So here we go.
Fair enough. Sounds accurate.
I will say, I guess, assuming I get this on the first go, time will end when they turn to face the camera after I win.
Okay.
So
still there.
I would just be ready on that, assuming I get it.
Gotta say, I've been trying to work it out for probably longer than it should have. Are you fighting a man on a bed?
Yeah, all right, so that's at the end of phase 1. Now the hard part starts.
It's a very
This guy has
very smart
several
golden bed.
attacks. This guy has several attacks that are awful. Basically, every attack he does is terrible. So the strategy I'm going to use is actually stay on the edge of the screen, and then when he, which will make it easier to dodge the fire. And then when he does the these yellow things, that attack is like impossible to dodge. So if you make him start it when it's like on the edge of the track, which is where you are, it's much easier to dodge by going to the other side. Like, so you can see, how that was on the edge of the track as opposed to in the middle, and it was much easier for me to dodge it.
Mm-hmm. Also, by being on the side, if you get hit to the other side, you don't just fall off.
Yeah. I guess I should also point out I'm exclusively using the long range attack because the short range attack just straight up doesn't hit this guy.
Space is starting to turn real red.
Yeah, the amount of times you have to hit this guy, it's like impossible to know when you're almost done. Yes, all right. Time.
Hey!
What was the time
Nicely
on that?
done. That was I think it's just coming in at the moment. That's looking like a 34. Not sure at the moment, because at the moment you've got, like, your personal best is a 34.
34:10 is the record.
Okay, it's looking like it's near the tail end of 34, but
Okay, I
very
mean,
nice
that's still
time.
really good. It's only the second time I've ever beaten the game single segment, so
Nicely done.
Congratulations.
nice. So you get that little bonus image there on the beach if you beat the game with 1 credit. You get a different image if you game over.
Okay.
Nice.
30,
Wow.
It says 34:33. I mean, that's about what I expected. I fell off a couple times, which loses a few seconds, but you saw how many times I hit that final boss. That was like 8 or 9 laps. So
Nice. Well, nicely done. I know that your estimate was 40, so
yeah.
I've got a question. What made you pick up this game? Because I know that it's sort of like it's rare in the sort of collector's scene, but was that the pure reason for it, or?
So I'm generally usually trying to find like the next hot game, and so I'll even just sometimes just straight up Google search like obscure PS1 games and just find lists that numbers of people have put together, and then see like, oh, this game looks interesting. First I see the game, I was like, I've never heard of that game, and then I look up what the game is about, and then if it looks interesting, I'll look it up on eBay, and you know, if it's the right price, I'll pull the trigger. But for this game in particular, it just looked so cool that I was just like, I need to have this game.
This
Nice.
is a game that, like, me, Joe, and Caveman have all mentioned previously, like, before Joe actually bought it. We're like, I'm kind of interested in buying this game, but I'm also, like, hesitant because it looks nightmarishly difficult.
Yeah, it's very frustrating to play through it on your first try. Like, very, very frustrating.
I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. It's definitely one that I want to see about picking up, although I know that prices for it can be quite steep. We don't need to go there. But
Yeah.
I know that I find myself doing the same thing as you and sort of having a look
Oh,
at
this is actually going to be, this is a high score.
Oh, wow.
Hey! Congrats.
Because,
Nice.
and I'll tell you why I know, is because the high score on the record was 69-69, which is hilarious.
Nice.
So 70-69, just beat it. But yeah, high score. Not world
Nice.
record, but I did get a high score, so it was worth it. There you go. That's Mad Panic Coaster. I am astonished I beat that without dying. It's like, I'm not even kidding you. The record was the first run I had done that didn't game over, and then I just stopped playing the game. I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to beat that. So
Understandable.
I will take that. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you're interested in running the game, just send me a DM or something, and I can maybe help. The game's hard to find, but it's fun to play when you actually know what you're doing. So yeah, hope
Nice.
you guys enjoyed, and we got some arguably hotter games coming after this one, so stick around for the rest of this, 'cause I'll be sticking around to help Kane talk you through these weird games too. So
Indeed, yeah. This is certainly not the last that you've seen of either of these two. We are going to be going to a short intermission But after that, I'm going to see if I can not butcher this name. We have got GeGeGe no Kitarō? Am I saying that right?
Which one are we doing first?
Gotta help me out.
Which one are we doing first?
GeGeGe no Kitarō.
Okay, so GeGeGe, and then we'll do Post Nin.
Yeah, indeed. All right, everybody, stick around. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that we've all recovered from Mad Panic Coaster. I think it might still take me another couple of hours to get over what Joster's just been showing us, but we are moving swiftly on over to Kane, who is going to show. I'm not going to butcher it anymore. You've got plenty of time to explain about this game. It is all over to you, Kane.
All right, so this is GeGeGe no Kitarō. I'm not going to finish saying the whole name. But it is a run and gun, think like Cuphead, but a little bit more primitive. And I think we can at least get started. There's going to be some time to talk more as we go. So if you want to give me a countdown, or you want me to give a countdown?
Either or. Joystick can give a countdown if he wants to.
All right, sure, I'll do it.
All right, I'll do it.
Or you'll do it.
Okay, do it, Joe. You got this.
Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All righty.
Good luck.
So we've got an unskippable cutscene here at the start. All the other cutscenes are skippable except for the last one. But it's a run and gun. It's pretty much just get to bosses, fight bosses. And so our first boss here is a green blob. His name, I think, is Tantabo. I had to open up my splits just because to find out what the names of these are. But this is based off of a manga anime series in Japan that started in like the 60s, I think. And there was a 90s anime that this game, I think, is based off of. All right, so we're gonna run over here to the corner because it's safe. We're gonna do a charge attack, which is lightning explosion. And it does lots of damage. Your charge meter on the bottom left, blue, once you use it, it drops to yellow and it takes a second for it to build back up. Because yellow, it takes longer to charge, so it's just not worth it. You've got health. The flame is your health. You start off with 5 flames. 2 hits drops. One flame drops it to. 1 hit take drops to yellow. We're just kind of damage abuse through here because, you know, why not? But yeah, like pretty much just fight bosses. This charge attack into the lightning explosion is the most powerful attack. So when I can, you'll see me use it. Otherwise, I just have this default air attack. There's a few other attacks, like a boomerang and a spray that I'm not really going to use much. But kind of a lot to come at you at once. But that's the gist of it. All right, so fight's over, and now we're going to go to our home base. And there's a whole bunch of dialogue here that I'm just going to skip through.
I also want to point out that as a PS1 game, this game came out in 2003, so it's an extremely late game. You know, the PS2 had already been out for 3 years at that point. And this game still came out on the PS1, so...
Yeah, so the first thing I'm doing here is getting commissions. And so we get commissions to go fight new monsters. And once I've revealed them, I'm going to go do them. So our first one's to the right here, which is a graveyard. But that's kind of the structure of the game. Is you get commissions, and so then you have to travel there on the map. There's a bit of like, you know, platforming, fighting, whatnot along the way. Then you get to the boss and you fight him. And as the game progresses, oh shoot, they'll get further and further away. But this one's just right here. All right, what is this one? Morio, I think is his name. So he's a little bear, hairy dude, and you're gonna walk by, and then he's gonna jump out here, and he's gonna spit stuff at you. Oh, I screwed it up. And then I'm just gonna hit him back in his face. And I'm really close to him so that these pink attacks will actually hit him, because he'll shoot the pink attacks and then jump out of screen before they have a chance to hit him. So not too complicated of a fight. I guess the other thing is you can reflect some attacks with this swipe. And And so in this case, I can reflect all these. This will be relevant as we go on. Oh, shoot. At the 25% mark, he goes into the next phase, which isn't too different from the last phase. But as the fight progresses, he does... Oh, there we go. We got him to the point where he's spitting out multiple pinks, which is really good. You heal every time you go back to home base fully, so it's not really like a big deal in a lot of places. Oh, I missed. In a lot of places, if you get hit, like, you know, my health really doesn't matter in this fight.
It will matter later in the game.
Oh, come on.
Very much so.
That was a little slow, but all good. I took a lot more health or damage there than I kind of wanted to. You get healed twice after. I'm going to go ahead and hop back to home base just to fully heal. Because it's possible to heal off of like this next stage, but you know, I would only want to have like one damage going in, like one flame. But you know, I've still got room for damage here. And it's not that long. Like, you know, hopping in there was a few seconds, so it's not like it's that detrimental that I did that. All right. So there's that. Just a little short platforming area to run through. And this is kind of one of the most annoying. It's not a hard fight. It's just an annoying fight. So this guy comes down. He drops lightning on you. So we're gonna jump. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. So this fight's broken up into multiple stages, and we have to do some platforming in between. Oh, come on. And the platforming in this stage is really bad. Landing on objects is difficult, and they have these little electric orbs that fall down from the sky on you, which makes this area extremely frustrating at times. Oh my gosh. Especially if you like fall off a platform and then you just fall forever. All right, he starts off lower, so I'm actually gonna... All right. Okay, there we go. So like right there, I whiffed on that platform. I could have just not whiffed, but you know, the game said whiff. There's a few jumps like that. Oh, nice. Whiff. Platform. Oh, what? He did a low hop. Cool.
The platforming gets harder in this game, by the way. Or worse, I guess, is maybe a better way to say it. Not necessarily harder.
It's all just as jank. Most places you really don't have to worry about it. But there's a few levels like this one that, yeah. But the fact that you've got these stupid electric things that fall from the ceiling really... All right, cleared him without taking any damage, which shouldn't be a big deal. I've got plenty of health here. And if you're wondering, if you die on a boss, you go back to home base. So it's really important not to screw anything up.
I've got to make sure that I'm not just sort of hallucinating and seeing things. Is this character's like way of attacking with their hair?
Yes.
Wow. That is a power move.
Hair needles.
That is a power move.
All right, so that was Kaminari. So now we can go back to home base. When you defeat bosses, you get new commissions. And so now that I've cleared those, I can get some more ones. So the routing here is going to get a little bit interesting. The first thing that I'm going to do before I actually leave, we unlocked these assistants who have different abilities. So we're going to go over here to this one, which is a magic carpet. And as you might expect, magic carpets are your friend. So When you leave home base, you have to start doing all the platforming over again. So even though I've beaten this area, I have to rebeat it. And anytime you want to go forward in the game, you've got to, clear out any area that you've already done. But you do heal 2 damage as well as like 25% of your energy meter. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so this is a snowy mountain, which is a really wonderful level to try and climb while people are throwing snowballs at you. Except, all right, so skip dialogue, skip dialogue. One more skip dialogue. We're gonna summon our friend Magic Carpet. This is a vertical level, and we're now flying up it because, yes, it's faster, as one might expect. Skipping the platforming to do the Magic Carpet is indeed faster. All right, so level cleared.
There'll be a lot more Magic Carpet coming. It's pretty overpowered.
It's great. All right, so here's another. This is a double boss this time. We got 2 to fight. They have their own individual health meter. Mostly just damage abuse through it. That's kind of my strat. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm a big fan of somebody suggesting in the chat that by the end of this game the character will be bald because they've been using their hair all this time. I wanna know what products they're using because
what hair product?
To have that power.
I mean, obviously it's some kind of gel.
I wonder.
There we go.
Jet propulsion, perhaps.
All right, so that was Yuki Otoko and Yuki Ona. All right, so I'm gonna actually go back to home base instead of going back the other way, and we're gonna reveal some more commissions. All right, this is for the Katsune. Off to the right here, which is just kind of out of the way, so it doesn't really matter that I do it now. The only thing it would be if I went to the other boss at this point, I would have to redo that plains area. So if I'd done it earlier, I could have saved a visit there, but there's good reason to put it off. Oh, come on. I generally try on like levels like this one to try and not take damage. There's a score screen at the end. There's in-game timer, which I suggest that the leaderboard use, but when you're the only other, there's 2 runners and the other one didn't record their in-game time. It's hard to switch to in-game time, but it also shows the amount of perfect clears you have. So if you don't take damage on a level, it tracks it. So those simple levels are good opportunities to inflate your perfect clear count. So this is a dark level. This is also going to be a boss fight, but it starts off with like a platforming kind of whatever segment in the dark. The enemies are all in the same spot, so I kind of know what's coming, but your first time through here, you're going to be getting hit by stuff left and right. It's going to be rough. There's holes. The holes down here on the first floor kill you. Oh, shoot. We're going up to the second floor here. And the holes on the second floor just drop you down to the first floor. So don't fall in them. It's a waste of time. Oh, shoot. Ah, I got body. Oh, no. Okay.
Ooh, nice twalk strats there. Be dead in the hole and still
I got bodied by the... Yeah.
Good recovery.
Got bodied by the fire wheel. Unfortunate. Fortunately, I was invincible, so falling in the other hole didn't matter. Go iframes. All right, look out for the animal paws falling from the ceiling. And the floating heads. All right, next room. These girls with the floating heads will chase you, so I try and take them out. Just so that I don't have to worry about them. Alright, alright, boss time. So now the boss is going to be a chase where we're going back through the level that we just came through. But it's fully lit, so it's not as bad. Oh, shoot. Alright, kind of low-ish on health. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's enough that I'm gonna play it a bit safer here. If I had full health, I would probably damage abuse some of these, but I'm actually gonna fight them. Those spike walls are incredibly difficult the first time you play this game, because not only do you not know where they're at, like, by the time you see them, they're already on you, and it's impossible to shoot them down without knowing that they're there. All right, so you remember how I told you can fall through the floor? We're now going backwards through the levels, so why not just fall through the floor? Oh well, it's okay. 2.5 health. We got a little knife from the ceiling, and now we got a stone wall coming up.
Do these rocks break off of this the more you do damage to it, or are they just always falling at you?
Yes to both.
Oh, excellent.
All right, I'm kind of low on health, unfortunately, but it should be fine. Okay, well, I just got hurt there for no reason. Oh, nice. He stayed in this form. All right, so then he just dies. If he does his other attacks, you know, he's going to go off screen and do attacks and be invincible. But that one, he's just vulnerable the whole time, so it's very easy.
Nice.
All right, so now we're going back to the home base again to reveal more commissions. All right, so this one is going to be the reason I put that other one off. So it branches off of that other vertical climb level that I hated. And so now I only have to do that 1 additional time instead of 2 additional times. Yeah, it's going to save a chunk of time. But first we're going to come up here and fight a Cyclops. Oh, okay. Rip. So running through this level again, nothing too fancy here. Oh, I went the wrong way. All right, so this level is one of the harder dark levels. Actually, it's the other dark level. It's one of the harder underground levels. There's another one, but this one's actually really hard in terms of just getting to the boss without taking a lot of damage. That guy right there. There's a lot of bats, and as you can clearly see, I can't see. So jumping into a bat is very much a possibility at any given time. And this boss here, I've done it damageless, and I've also taken 3.5 damage and died. It's a bit variable when you're trying to go fast. All right, so this area, you got some back and forth going on here. I'm gonna try and jump over the ledge to start falling sooner. There we go. Nice, no damage. Very cool. So one more screen. This is the one that you always get hurt on. It's
Yeah, so I saw a bat there like really quickly, just barely down. Oh yeah, there's some more too.
I used the boomerang to take out some of the bats, but that doesn't always work.
Is the boomerang a sort of move that should get rid of everything on the screen?
It's homing, but it's not guaranteed to hit everything.
Okay.
I've never gotten here with full health before, so that was actually really good.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we're just going to use this explosion attack on him. All right, he's gone into... Oops. Yeah, I've got a ton of health, so I can just kind of damage abuse through this. But if I had less health, then I would have to stay in the way. But yeah, that was really good. So that was Yagyo-san, I believe that was his name. And 3 health remaining, which means I'm at full health leaving the boss, so can't ask for better results. All right, so now we're gonna venture down here. We've got 2 bosses. The first boss, we've got to hope doesn't soft lock. No memes. I think I've got a way to prevent it from soft locking. It hasn't soft locked since, but you know, that could happen.
It's bold to say that before you've got there.
It generally doesn't happen.
I'm sure you've got the support. Well, you've definitely got the support of me. I'm sure you've got the support of chat as well.
All right, so this platforming level is more annoying now that there's no boss in it, because there's... Oh, no, he didn't die. All right, well, this guy... I've got no strat. He's still alive. Like, okay, he jumped off the screen. All right, I can proceed. Dude is botting me with the eyeball cannon.
The enemy spawns in this game, and I think in some of the later levels too, it's just straight up random whether like no enemies will spawn or multiple enemies. Like it's the spawning.
So this level's not random whether they spawn, but like they'll jump off screen. Oh my gosh, I whiffed so hard. Why did the fire is random? So that little blue flame that just hurt me could have just not existed, but it chose to. Oh, wow. These flames. All right. Can I make that jump? How do I cross this gap? Okay.
Pixel perfect. Even if it's not, just say it was.
Well, I had to not... Okay, these guys... There's normally 2 enemies that can sit there and just like body you. But because it took me so long to get there, they jumped off screen. Okay, I didn't get hit. Yo, we in there. Nope. Oh, come on. Jump to the middle. All right, we're just gonna take damage here. All right, we're out of there. Gonna be at full health, so it doesn't really matter. But that's the reason why I wanted to combine these, other than the fact that it's slow, but it's a horrible level, so not having to do it at an additional time is very big. Right. Oh my gosh. Dude, you are dead.
You're getting bodied a little bit there.
Okay, you stop following me. All right. Fingers crossed that nothing else goes poorly. Those guys could just stop chasing you, but he decided that it was going to be his life's work to ruin my day. All right, still out with over 3 health, so gonna be healed back to full health. Just a little bit tilted. All right, we got a really hard boss here, but fingers crossed it all goes well. So mash select. So run left. Summon the magic carpet. Now we're gonna start doing our invincibility. Okay.
Wow, that did a lot of damage.
Oh shoot.
I tell you what, we are on a different game now, but this whole boss fight does remind me of the box art for Mad Panic Coaster. It's got that sort of like
Yeah.
gradient on the background, and the boss is
Yeah,
like
the skull looks like it too, a little bit.
There we go.
nice.
Full health.
Nice.
I could not ask for a better boss there.
Let's go.
We're in there.
All right, so sometimes like you can get hit a lot of times there, and you need health coming into this level because this stage is you take damage to get to the boss. Like it's just near unavoidable. Oh, flame wheel dodged it. Very nice. Oh, nice. That guy's dead. Oh well, yeah. There we go. You take damage. Yeah, this and Mad Panic Coaster definitely have a bit of that spooky kind of thrill. Oh, these guys are another spot you're just gonna take damage. Spooky vibe. Very good Halloween games, I think. Oh, just take. You gotta take damage in this level. That's why you need health coming into here. So here's a falling kind of shaft of sorts. I'm gonna pause here to dodge that flame. And pressing down and X causes you to drop through certain types of platforms, which is not self-evident to me the first time I played this game. That is useful to know. All right, so we're at the final boss. Final boss really isn't too bad. But having extra health to be able to damage abuse, or really just take a few hits on bosses is always good. We're gonna kind of strafe back and forth and use the diagonals to try and maximize the amount of damage I can do here. And so phase 1 is over, he summons 3 heads now. Where we're gonna do the exact same thing.
Oh, they each have their own health pool. That's interesting.
Yep. All right, so now they're going into a different layout here. This is where we want to be able to damage abuse. There we go.
Nice.
All right, so this next boss is, it either is gonna work or I lose 5 minutes. There's no in between. Fingers crossed.
Oh man.
Wonderful.
What decides that 5 minutes then?
Luck.
The game.
Luck.
Oh, is it pure luck?
So I'm gonna use a different assistant, and his performance, like it's variable.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, this boss you can
He
either.
can cause an explosion
Yeah.
that. Yeah, do you want to explain it?
Well, you cause an explosion that can either just like instantly kill the boss or not, and if it doesn't, then the boss fight takes forever.
Oh.
Yeah. So the boss is a centipede, and he has multiple body segments, and you have to destroy them all And so the explosion can either kill them all, or you have to kill them one at a time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
And I don't know how to affect the results. It just, it either works or it doesn't.
Get lucky. It's a good strat.
I was about to say, we gotta bless this. We gotta bless this.
He missed. All right. Well, yeah, this is now going to be a 5+ minute fight.
Oh, no.
He did the right explosion. Just the second. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. You win some, you lose some.
Never lucky.
To be fair, though, I got the record on this in one run because everything worked, including this explosion. It's like I don't know what happened, but it worked. So this is my penance for just getting lucky and getting record. So now I have to shoot his individual, like he would already be dead right now, instead of me running around trying to hit this one body segment. Just chuck a boomerang at him. All right, I'm gonna right here try and do this again. Well, what can you do? I don't have enough damage to really be able to, or health to be able to just damage abuse this. Ugh. Well, if it makes you feel better, the first time I fought this boss, it took me 20 minutes of running around and needling him in the torso to kill him. So.
Oh man, do you know what the hit points are for each? Like how many times you have to hit them? Each segment?
It's at least 5. Way too many.
Yeah, definitely way too many. Oh wow, yeah, that's brutal.
Okay, I took out 3 of his sections there.
That was good.
So that was good.
Do the dead sections still hurt you?
It does not appear so. I don't know.
Don't want to find out.
I've not done this fight enough after, like, it's just a reset. Oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, I played that way risky.
Nice. Yeah, if you got
but
hit
he's
there,
dead.
you would have died, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. All right, it worked out.
That was clutch.
All right, so there's not too many purely random fights like that to come, but that's one of the 2. So now we're gonna come back here and get a new commission. We're also gonna switch our assistant back to the magic carpet because, you know, the magic carpet is just the best. All right, so now we're going back out and we're going back to the graveyard again. You can see some of those flames are chasing me because, of course. Another not perfect. Oh well. I'd like to at least get one, but you know. Actually, did I get the mountain level one perfect? I might have
Yeah,
gotten
I don't know
one
if you
there.
got hit on that one where you used the carpet to. Yeah, I don't think you got hit there. So.
Cool. All right. Well, I got one then. All right. So this is a really annoying platforming level, and like all very annoying platforming levels where you can use the magic carpet, we're gonna fly over it.
You love to see it.
All right. So he's gonna jump, and then we're gonna keep flying. We're gonna jump off and move on to the next scene.
So doing that normally, would that take more than twice as long as you just using it? Oh, and you're using it again. Wow.
It's gonna take longer, but it's also like I have to fight all these enemies, or I don't have to fight these enemies. So it's just easier.
You need health for later too, probably. So
you get refilled anyways.
Okay.
So
just makes it all quite trivial. I quite like it.
all right, so now we got a boss, but this isn't just one boss. We've got 3 bosses. We got the green slime from the start and 2 of his buddies. All right. The main strat here is going to be hitting enemies while they're off screen so that they can't attack you, or find places where they can't attack you. So he's off screen when he's doing his attack here, which means it doesn't count.
Good old PS1 limitations.
All right, this girl, just stand in places where he can't hit you. All right. I'm gonna just drop out in here and try and. That was unfortunate. He has multiple phases here. So his first one is down here, which is the worst phase, because you can't really stay out of the range of his attacks. Once he's up here, you can do this. All right, this is kind of an annoying blob. He should be next phase soon. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're gonna jump up here and do the same thing. Still just mostly cheesing the fight. Doesn't really matter if you take a bit of damage. So now we're gonna come up here and fly and try and...
Yeah, I think the direction left or right that this guy sends the attack, or up or down at the end there, is random. So if he just doesn't attack you, you just kill him instantly.
There's different attacks, yeah. But pretty much just stay out of the line of fire and do damage. So that wraps up the main commission requests, and now we're going to summon Dracula's castle for the final segment of the run. Come out here, and in comes the castle, and this is going to be a series of 4 boss fights where if you lose, you go back to home base and start again. So it's you either win or it's like a 10-minute time lapse. And it's going to be platform fight. You do heal 2 health after every fight. So there's a little room for error. Oh, 2 enemies. 3 enemies. Wow, that's a weird set.
It can be 0 enemies there, I think, if you get lucky.
Yeah, if you get lucky, there will be 0. Generally, it's like 1. This at the end always has 4, though. All right, so first up is Frankenstein's monster, and this guy can heal. So before I fight him, my priority is going to take out his healing capacity. So we're gonna shoot that thing, use our iframes. Oh well. Try and do some charge attack. And then take him out. So, like I said, 2 health and then like 25% of your energy meter gets healed. So that didn't really happen in terms of results. All right, so we got a really, really, really awful vertical platforming level here, which you do approximately 1 time, and then you show up with the magic carpet, and you never do it again, because those flowers like constantly attack you. It's very hard platforming, and then there's also enemies and stuff to deal with, and you can just fly by it. So, yes, what you do. All right, so I'm going to need a bit of good RNG on this fight.
Yeah, so the big flower is going to kind of disappear and reappear from the screen, and he wants it to kind of reappear towards the right side of the screen here.
And the reason is because that flower right there, oh, it's bad luck. The right flower is a lot easier to deal with than the left flower.
I did a little bit of Googling. This is I believe, based off the Titan Arum. It's a very real plant, and apparently it stinks. Apparently it's like, it smells horrible. It's supposed to smell like
good luck.
Body flesh to sort of
Ew.
get predators towards it. I know, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, but yeah, it's horrible. Appropriate boss.
All right. Just going to cruise through it. That boss is defeated. So, fully healed again.
You're still being at full health here is very good.
Yeah. Well, this is unfortunate. I had an extra spawn there that doesn't normally happen. All right, so right here, I'm going to save my iframes for when that bat appeared on me. Dodge the witch.
The witch here's a 50-50, comes high or low, and it swoops back on the screen. And if it swoops high, you get hit. If it swoops low, you don't. You want low.
All right, that one came from below, so I didn't have to dodge it. Just wasn't there. All right, so now we got Dracula. He summons a bunch of bats, and your explosion attack kills bats, so it's a very useful attack for this fight. Oh, nice. So if he goes down below, there's like different options he can do. And this is kind of the worst one, especially early on, because he spends a lot more time spitting out lightning, and it's random where he strikes. Oh, he came to the middle. Very nice. Double. Very nice. So you saw there the lightning, he was over very fast because he has lower health. Now we're going to do a charged attack and take him out.
Nice. That was really
basically
quick.
A perfect Dracula. You can't ask for better.
Really nicely done.
All right, so this is when the final boss actually becomes a challenge. Because everything from here on out can just go wrong at any time.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rainbow orbs that eye in the background is going to shoot at him, and they will come at random locations, and sometimes you just get bodied, and sometimes you don't.
All right, it came from the back, so I can outrun him. If it comes from both sides low, then you're just screwed.
Yeah, kind of like that.
All right, that was higher up, so I could just walk past. Okay.
Nice.
Unfortunate enemy spawns here. Okay. Good orbs.
Orbs in chat.
Good
There's
orbs.
another good orbs.
If anybody's got any
Oh,
orbs.
great orbs. You can't ask for better orbs than that one. All right, that's the final enemy spawn, I think. There we go.
That was actually
Orb.
quite good luck.
Nice.
All right, this is fine. So the final boss isn't. They just decided to make the final boss a shmup for some reason, and so it's really hard. I needed to put this on emulator and make a save state to learn how to beat this fight.
It's less shmup and more
I just
bullet hell. It's not quite shmup.
Yeah, that's fair. But and your hitbox is enormous, is the big thing. As opposed to being like tiny, like, oh, dodge the balls. It's like everything is big. Good luck. All right, so he's gonna pan out. For some reason, they decided to have the boss pan in, pan out, and then pan in, and then start the fight. So that's a thing. All right, so he's gonna start shooting out these. You can't hit him right now. He's gonna start shooting out these little orbs that make you dizzy, and if they hit you, your controls reverse. All right, that was fast. That was really, really fast. Like, very good starting there. All right. So pray for good luck here. Oh, that's bad luck. All right, that's fine. So we're just gonna use this attack to kill him. Hopefully before we die. Hopefully before we die.
Ooh, it's so close.
All right. If he starts off with the lightning blaster, you get hit like 2 or 3 extra times, and it's near impossible to win.
Ah, lucky.
So, rip 10 minutes.
Yeah, so now he's got to do all that again.
Oh yeah, because you start back from the home base. Wow. Yeah, that's rough.
So hopefully we've got extra time. We still got posting to do, but it's legitimately 8 minutes to get back there. To try again. Well, that was weird. I got 2 enemies, but they spawned. Yeah. Spawned all on top.
Well, everybody, as Kane is going back through these levels again, it was unlucky. He was so close at the end. Might as well say that after this, Kane is also going to be running Korokoro Post Nin as well. And after this show, we are also going to have How to Train a Speedrunner, where Frozen Flygon will be joining us to teach us how to speedrun Celeste. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, the AGDQ 2022 schedule is out. So make sure, keep an eye on that, see what runs you want to check out on gamesdonequick.com/schedule. Is there anything that you're particularly interested in, either of you?
Crash 200% is always a good one.
Nice.
It's always a good watch.
Is that Boom fan on that?
Yes, Super Boom fans
Yeah.
doing that, and I'm sure he'll mention this during his run, but he actually plays the game with a Super Nintendo controller.
What?
Yeah. So,
Oh my goodness.
he also, to reduce lag, he plays with his console in the refrigerator to keep it cold.
Oh wow.
He's got a mini fridge.
That's incredible.
Because the lag in that, because you play the PAL version, it runs at 25 FPS, and it likes to just lag and eat inputs all over the place. So you do whatever you can to mitigate that, because it's a pretty input-heavy game. So basically any input getting will kill you.
He knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
All right, good luck here. Flower spawn on the right side.
Good luck, good luck.
Oh, that's okay. We're just gonna damage abuse to the end of the fight now.
Because you get health refill after this, so.
So, yeah, like I said, the first time I beat the final boss, I had to load it up on emulator because I got really good at everything up to the final boss, and I just couldn't beat the final boss. It's just impossible to learn that on console. All right, save the iframes for when the bats are in passing. Stay low. Dodge the witch.
A nice low witch again.
All right. Oh, nice. Got a few hits as he was passing up. You can't turn off the electric attack once it starts. Oh, this is good. Good Dracula right here.
And then he instantly goes into the lightning.
Yeah. I mean, he went into lightning a lot later than,
Yeah.
like, if he starts off with lightning,
Yeah, that takes forever.
that's several additional lightning strikes. Like, the later his lightning occurs, the shorter it lasts.
That was really good there, that's super.
Right, very nice. Boomerang. All right, so now we got the final stretch again, which is fingers crossed. If the final boss doesn't do the just full spray attack where it just fills the screen with unavoidable, projectiles, it'll be a lot better.
Well, we saw what this last stretch had last time, folks. So it's more orbs.
Yep.
More orbs. We love orbs. And they seem to love you at the moment. They were really nice to you last time.
So far.
Let's see how they do this time.
No.
I
Oh,
think
all right.
you might be able to sneak under that, but probably not.
It was too low. I figured it was worth. Yeah, like right here. Okay, I got in front of them. They were a little bit farther to the left. Like they can be high, low, left, right, like anything. If fast, slow, like that second one was slow, so it didn't actually hit me. I don't know. Their hitboxes is just it eludes me. Can't explain it.
Like a 3 come at you there. I thought you would do that.
Wow.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
that was
9
good.
out of 10 health here is pretty good. It's still not a guarantee.
All right, everybody. Kane needs your best wishes So if there are any blessing, any praying, any begging emotes, this now is the time.
Alright, so pan in, skip text, pan out, pan in. Oh wait, no, because the conversations don't all play out the second time through. It's just pan in, pan out, pan in. Oh, sometimes you hit them and they go the wrong. Okay, that was really good though.
You hit one into him.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. That's okay. Lasers is fine. You just don't want that initial one to be lasers, because you don't want to have to deal with that. At this point, we should be in good shape. There we go. He's all right. Time.
Hey.
He's dead.
GG.
Ugh. So, second try. That's not uncommon for this game for it to take more than once to beat the boss. But I don't know what my final time was. But
Looking. Yeah, it's looking
I
like
estimated
it's
50.
Yeah, it's looking like it's around about a 55.
Okay, that's not surprising. 8 minutes for the 8 to 10 minutes for losing on the final boss, and then there was some other issues in the run. I lost 5 minutes to the centipede, so yeah, that's like 13 minutes of time lost right there. Oh.
Oh well, if people are interested in this game, I think a lot of people have definitely seen this for the first time on this show. Is there like anything that you can recommend for people to try it out?
I mean, obviously you're probably gonna end up playing it on emulator, but other than just kind of learning the route of like do the bosses in this order for the map management, it's really just play the game, and there's not too many strategies that haven't really been shown here. Most of them aren't too hard, so I think overall the game's honestly not that bad to pick up. But resource-wise, I mean, you just have to watch the runs and figure it out. But I think it's pretty intuitive.
Fair enough.
But it's also a very hard game.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like it can be, and like a lot of it seems quite out of your control as well in terms of how nice it is to you.
Yeah. Also, this game does have in-game time, which is shown at the end of credits. We don't necessarily have to sit around and watch to the end. But
I was about to say, I think we'll get Korokoro underway, but first we're going to have a brief intermission, everybody. So please do stick around. We're going to have another run after this. If you feel like you haven't had enough Kane content for today, well, we have got more. So do stick around. Enjoy a little jam session in between the next run, and we will be right back. Hello everybody, welcome back. The trip does not stop after GeGeGe, or Mad Panic Coaster for that fact. We have got one last game from our guys, Kane and Joester. This is Korokoro Post Nin, a game that I can pronounce without absolutely butchering it. Kane, it's all over to you.
Alrighty, so I'll just give a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Korokoro Post Nin. There's 40 levels, and how it works is you tilt the world, and the world revolves around Akane, our mail delivery girl. And so you steer the world to direct her towards the mail. To deliver the mail, you have to walk in front of the mailbox, and she delivers it. The only other real thing to note is that if you have a steep enough angle that she's walking down the wall on, she'll start to dash, and this makes you go fast. And so the game really just consists of going as fast as you can to deliver the mail and control your tilt to accomplish that as fast as possible.
Yeah, there's 10 worlds. Each world has like its own either style and or gimmick, and there's 4 levels per world. So and each level goes by pretty quickly. So. And the important note that Kane mentioned about the mailboxes is you have to be touching the ground, like on it. In some of the later levels, not so much in these early levels. It's actually just even casually, it's actually quite hard because they'll be in really awkward spots that are hard to just rotate around to. So
now you can, so if it doesn't actually matter what part of her is touching the ground if the ground acknowledges that she's touching it. So it is possible to grind your face through the mailbox and have her deliver the mail, which I'll try and do at some point, but it's kind of hard.
I think.
All right, so.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I took damage there. You don't have a health meter in this game. You only have a timer, and so when you get hit, you lose time. That's all there is. But you can also gain time, like the clocks give you 10 seconds back. All right, so there's multiple cutscenes. There's 3 cutscenes per world: before level 1, after level 3, and after level 4. And there's tons of lore. Like, it's fully voice acted cutscenes with some anime going on. It's pretty great if I understood it.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I think you can change the speed that the screen actually rotates on by pressing one or multiple face buttons.
Yeah, so if you hold X, you rotate faster, which means you hold X the whole run. There's no reason to rotate slower.
Yeah.
Caveman found that the first time he was playing it. I was like, wow, that just makes the game better. Oh, I went the wrong way. That's okay.
It's a classic obscure PS1 game, and you find the win button, and then you just press or hold down the win button, and you go fast.
Yep. This level's a loop-de-loop, so it's slightly faster to go the other direction around it, but not a big deal if you go the wrong way.
I have to say, the theme for this episode was Japanese PlayStation games, but I think after having Mad Panic Coaster and now this, I think it's just generally disorientating games as well, because this is quite a trip.
Yeah, this is not for the those who get motion sick easily, because the rotating of the screen quickly and just constantly is rough.
It's a lot to deal with.
We need to find some reason for me, PJ, and someone who runs on the ball to run all 3 of our games in a row.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a marathon idea in there somewhere.
The dizzy block. So all the spikes here hurt you, and you can actually, if you can get hit by spikes through the wall. So even if you're not like touching the ground, if your head is like sticking through the floor and hits the spikes, it will still damage you, and you'll lose time. So, and you have like no iframes either. Like you'll just get hit repeatedly over and over again if you're not careful. So.
Yep. Oh, I went through. Caught the wrong side of that lip.
And then there are other items around that give you like extra points, and then there are some like little clocks that you'll sometimes see that give you, I think, either 5 or 10 seconds. I forget how many.
Yeah, you can very much tell that this game was designed around the concept of like score running, which translates really well for speedrunning, because the levels have a lot of flow. You just don't have to go out of your way to pick up all the objects. Like Joe mentioned, each of the worlds have their own kind of theme, and they'll like introduce different enemies or obstacles as you go, and then those will be kind of brought back in different forms. Oh, nice! That's a really hard lip to catch. If you're wondering lore-wise, there's a number of different, as far as I can tell, without actually understanding Japanese. There's a number of different groups that are responsible for putting the objects in your path to prevent you from delivering the news. So there's some fun lore here.
I guess one thing you've also seen is that certain objects, like those vending machines or something, if you walk into them, they will hurt you. But if you are dashing through them, you'll break them and they won't damage you. So that's another reason why you want to be dashing as much as possible. Aside from it being very fast, is you'll in later levels.
That's how you fight.
In later levels, you'll need to get through certain obstacles, but in some early levels, you use it to blow through enemies, and instead of taking damage, you just keep going and go fast. So. There's also a map in the bottom right that shows you where all the mailboxes are that are left. Although you still kind of have to know the level path to know how to get there, because it doesn't actually...
Yeah, it doesn't show you the level map, it just shows you where the mailbox is.
Yeah.
So here in World 4, we're in the ice stage, which just reduces our friction. It does make it a little bit harder, but overall it's not too much of a... Like, ice in Post Nin is not as bad as ice in video games normally is. Like, the ice has nothing on the sticky concrete.
Or the big balls.
The mud. Oh, yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And the big thing, it's a maze, so you just kind of have to know where all the mail is.
I think most levels have like around a dozen or so mailboxes that you have to get to. It's variable, but I think it's usually around that number.
I've never counted.
Yeah. But there aren't any levels where there's like 30, I guess is my point. Like,
Alright, so this is, I think, the first time we see a wall. There's a lot of walls coming up. Like those walls right there, you have to dash. Oh, really? Really? That was rude. So we got walls here which act like any other object where you have to dash to destroy them. But, you know, when you know where they're at, it's not so bad. One thing I guess, I don't know that we really mentioned, the fourth level of each world is kind of like a boss level where like it ups the difficulty, increases the amount of obstacles, the complexity and whatnot. So here we've got walls and ice all over.
Yeah, but there aren't any actual like bosses.
Right. Alright, so that's World 4. Things definitely progress in difficulty, but next we have the mud. And the mud does the opposite of ice, where like ice is just extra slick. Mud is just max friction, so it's faster to fall in front of the mud rather than dash along it. Also, we see the first sighting of electric orbs, which are one-hit KOs. So unlike any other object that damages you, if you get hit by those electric orbs, you die. So you want to avoid the orbs.
Not to put you on the spot at all, Kane, but what is your Arcane impression like? Because we're hearing a lot of her voice at the moment, and it's only the same line over and over. Can you do a good impression?
Shinban is what we've had the debate of what she's saying, and Shinban is kind of like the agreed upon guess. I think it means newspaper in Japanese. So Shinban
would make sense. Yeah, it seems like people are enjoying the shouts every time that mail is posted.
Every single one, yeah. Oh, this mailbox is a pain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm getting wrecked.
Yeah, so this is...
We got it. We got it.
So, again, having to be on the ground, especially those mailboxes that are on little edges, you'll go around the corner and then leave the ground right in front of the mailbox and then land just past it. So there are several that are fairly tricky to hit because of their placement.
That one had a bird that sits on it too. So, like, not only is it super precise, but it's also guarded.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to come up here. So this is kind of the mud delivery challenge. Oops. I guess she's probably tired of saying newspaper over and over. And that's why it's kind of like a very sloppy pronunciation of it.
What's the gimmick in this world again? I forget. There is.
It's just kind of like a mechanical theme. Like, not all the... Oh, we're introduced to the grandmas. So we've got these like grandma-looking enemies that have claws because like they're also Freddy for some reason, and so they're all over the stage, this world. Also, if you're curious, you get lives if you get 50,000 points. So any stage or any level where I get 50,000 points, I end up picking up lives.
I'm
not really trying to get them, but if you go fast, it happens.
Yeah.
This level is a loop-de-loop. The starting area was right to my right there. But
it's interesting. There's somebody in the chat who wants to hear it as pizza instead of Shinbun,
right.
which I can see where that's coming from. Maybe she's secretly doing some pizza deliveries. Who knows?
Why not?
Yeah, maybe that was the canceled localized American version. Pizza delivery.
They'd have to redo all the cutscenes, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know that your boss being a tin can would make as much sense in the pizza industry as the news industry.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could change it to like a pizza slicer or something.
All right, so we got to go backwards at the start because there's 2 secret mailboxes. That's one thing is some of these later levels, they'll have like a pocket at the start that's not the natural direction. If you don't hit it immediately, then you're never getting there. So it really helps to have already beat the game to know where to go. All right. Oh, I missed my turn. Oh, come on. Come on.
Grandma's taking no prisoners right here.
All right, there we go. We're through. Oh my gosh, this is rough. Dude, get off me.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying earlier with the no iframes. You saw you just got hit like 8 or 9 times in the span of 4 seconds.
Oops.
You just get
all right, we're out of there. Start circle start. All right, is this the sticky concrete zone? Who's ready?
Yeah, so this level's
this
zone is terrible.
So the concrete has max friction, which is why we call it the sticky concrete zone, because the concrete is sticky.
So these mailboxes on these octagons, like right on the corner, those are really, really annoying to get if you don't have a plan. Because you'll just keep...
You have to line it up using the geometry just to stop you from moving until you fall.
Yeah, because if you're trying to just land on it, you'll just go around the octagon over and over and over again and just get increasingly angry. Same thing with these squares here.
Oh, I missed.
Kind of like this, where you just kind of go around the square.
Is there any reason at all, like, do they explain why the concrete just happens to be sticky? Or it's just sticky concrete?
It's all in Japanese, so I don't have, like, we just call it sticky concrete because it's concrete and it's sticky.
Understandable. Checks out. Checks out.
Alright, so I'm gonna go right here at the start and then go left. So this is a little loop-de-loop. You go in a circle. I hope you don't mind being dizzy. I missed. Oh no, I missed. Get in there. All right, so let's see if I. Oh, nice. All right. Didn't quite get the face grind, but I still got a grind. So. All right, this is the hardest level in the game.
Yeah, this level is awful.
There's three giant swirling balls, and they are all one-hit KOs. So just don't hit them. And if you think that's bad, you know, there's other balls of death as well.
Yeah, even the little ones are still one-hit kill. So.
Yeah, just don't hit anything, and you'll be fine.
This is where casually, I think anyone who's playing this game just rage quits here because you don't know the cycles of the balls, and you just keep hitting them, and you just keep dying.
All of these margins look super tight as well to get through.
And this set here is just circling the exit. So if you're just like, oh, I'm done, and you fall towards the exit and get bodied.
Did you just say that was the hardest level so that you made it look easy? Because that looked very.
No,
you made that look very easy.
That level.
Oh no! Like you cannot beat that level.
Yeah, that level is insanely hard.
Sure, I reckon you're just saying that to make yourself look good.
Well, try it yourself. Trust me. So this game actually has like an IL practice mode. Also, more ball of death on the left here. An IL practice mode. So if you're playing this on your own and you get stuck there, try just practicing the level. Cool. Also, the thing about the stage 7, you know, final level that you were making a joke about, all that concrete is still sticky.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that level. It just
like you were still in the sticky concrete zone. We're out of that now, but you know. So this level is kind of an annoying gimmicky one because there's so many like sharp edges that it's hard to get a good dash. So you just kind of fall through it. But at this point, Post Nin compared to like, you know, stage 7 kind of goes on filler for a few stages. Oops, I'm the wrong way. Kind of more relaxed, spinning and falling and delivering mail. So this is a bit of an annoying level. There's all these little pushers that just pop out and hit you. And the only strat here is go fast so that, you know, you don't die. Like, just finish before you're dead. That is the strategy.
There's a few clock pickups on this level as well, so that can help a little bit if you're scared, but generally if you know what you're doing, you just go kind of smooth.
Yeah. So now that we've got pushers, they're gonna spam those all over everything. All right, hard mail. All right, got it.
Nice. Yeah, when you get hit, you leave the ground a little bit too, so you could get bopped past that mailbox and miss it.
Quite like the look of this stage. It's looking like a sort of a top-down view of some sort of metropolis, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the lore is like you start off on Earth, but now we're doing like mail delivery in space.
Oh.
There's some kind of like space colony.
Okay.
And if you're wondering why they're still getting newspaper in space, it's because we work for a unapproved news agency delivering that contraband information.
Ooh. That's I've got to say the protagonist doesn't look like the contraband sort of sharing information type, but who am I to judge?
Like I said, her boss is literally a tin can.
Good point. Good point.
Oh, I ran by a news. All right, so I got to be careful here. There's balls of death, but once you miss one, you can miss them all. Easy. All right, so this is the final zone. It's kind of like a grass themed zone, but with lots of obstacles in the way. Maybe careful here. That ball of death outruns you, so you have to time it right. Because if you go when kind of out of cycle, then you can still get hit. All right. Oops. The cats are 5,000 points. They put them in weird little pockets like that. But obviously, this is a speed run, not a point run. But I got an extra life out of that, so nice.
Definitely gonna need that.
Oops. All right. Here's another hard mail delivery. Got it. Any of the ones where like the mailbox is right on the edge can be pretty hard to hit. All right, so we got a ball of death here. Ah, dude, that bird hit me right into it. Nice.
Not bad again.
That wasn't where I wanted to go, but this bird is just in the wrong spot. All right, we have to come up with a new strategy.
Yeah, when you are just trying to casually play through the game, that's kind of what happens a little bit with the big ball, is you're just like, oh, I'm just going to try it again. And you just keep hitting it, and you get really frustrated. Because it's hard to figure out exactly where they are at all times.
All right, so this is the last level. So time will be when I complete the level, obviously. There's lots of balls of death in this level, so things can very easily go wrong, but hopefully everything will be good. You can sneak on through here, good cycle. I'm gonna wait patiently. All right, no more balls of death. That's the last mailbox in time.
Nicely done.
Very nice.
GG.
Or like a high 24, low 25. Something like that, I would think.
Oh, very nice.
Well, the record's what, 23 something? So
2358, and I died twice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that landed on a 24:59. Well done. That was a really
Nice.
fun run, and it seems like a lot of people enjoyed it. Again, I imagine similar case to GeGeGe with the sort of accessibility of the game. But if people are interested, I assume it's quite straightforward to find online, maybe?
I mean, if you're emulating it, like, it is what it is. But like I said, this game does have a practice mode where, like, once you've progressed in the game to a certain point, you can save and you can go and just do the ILs outside of the game. So, that's one way of improving, to then go back and try and make progress through that.
Nice. Well, as we are wrapping things up, you two, thank you so much for showing off all of these wonderful games. If people want to catch you, whether you're running these games or whether you're running any other sort of games on stream, where can people find you?
Well, I'm going to be obviously streaming on Twitch. I think my handle's on stream, Apache.
Yeah, and I'm at twitch.tv/Joester98. Between both of us, if you pop in, there's a fairly high chance you'll see a game you've never heard of before, because we've got some fairly obscure stuff, but a lot of those ones we dig up are pretty fun. So
yep.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a great range. I'm really glad that we've managed to have you on and sort of kicking off the region exclusive portion of this show. It's been a lot of fun, but everybody, that is all that we've got from Going Places today. We will be back on in another 2 weeks' time. But for now, do stick around, because it will not be long until you will find out how to speedrun Celeste with Frozen Flygon in How to Train a Speedrunner. But from us, that is a goodbye, and we will see you soon.